It's the halfway point at the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo for 2017 in Las Vegas. This is Steve Kenyon. I'm Amy Wilson. Excited to bring you some of the highlights of tonight. Where do you want to start, Steve?
You know, you asked me that question before we started, and I'm looking down this list. I'm not sure. There are a couple of things that jump out and grab me. Sage Kimzey's broken his earnings record from last year, $318,000, and there's still 5 go-rounds in the average to pay out. So that's really impressive. Sage made a great ride tonight after getting bucked off last night. He owned the Bull Shooting Stars of the Butler & Sons, 89 points. That puts him, I don't know if he's first or second in the average because Trey Benton got bucked off for the first time tonight, but it's turning into a very it's already been an impressive year for Sage, let's face it. From the American to winning the CBR to a great performance at the PBR finals, and now here he is at the NFR and $1 million he's won. I don't know how many 23-year-olds out there won $1 million in their chosen profession, but wow, it's been a great year. You know, and then you asked me about highlights. I don't know, where should I go? Should I go 89 points, Sterling Crowling on the 4-time Horse of the Year Medicine Woman?
I was going to say that some exciting moments
Yeah.
from contestants with their first go-around win,
Yeah.
and even a little bit emotional. Mason Clements has a great quote. Hopefully everyone will get the chance to read about how he's asked other world champions or other NFR qualifiers to describe what the NFR is like, and it's indescribable. And so he was thrilled about making the ride he did on that horse. Sterling Crowley, the same story.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting. Sterling Crowley was 89 on the 4-time Horse of the Year Medicine Woman, and he told you in his interview the first go-round he's ever won in his 4 trips to the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo. Mason Clements, there was an interesting story that Ted Harbin posted on twistedrodeo.com from the Las Vegas Review-Journal. They talked to Casey Field. Mason's from Utah, and a lot of Casey Field and a lot of Louis Field in his background. And Casey predicted Mason would win tonight, and he's predicting he'll win the average. That's how much confidence Casey has in Mason Clements. Well, I don't know. If Casey's at a 21 table someplace, I want to go sit next to him because he darn sure called it right tonight. Mason Clements, 88.5 to win the go-round. A tie for second. Bill Tudor, Richie Champion, Caleb Bennett were all 88. You had to be 87.5 or higher to get a check in the bareback riding tonight. It was an amazing night with some amazing horses out, both in the Bears and the Bronx.
Some phenomenal rides that would have won most rodeos didn't even get a check here in this round.
You've got to be – Tim O'Connell was on our TV show this morning, and he made a comment that you got to be like 84.5 or 85 in most rounds here just to win a check at this NFR. That's how good that event has been this year.
Sterling Crowley also mentioned the horsepower and how impressed he's been over the course of the finals in the saddle bronc riding. Another first-timer to win a round, Ivy Conrado, and she was thrilled to win it with Lisa Lockhart. They both were getting a little bit emotional. Lisa, because she said when she looked at Ivy as they were getting on their victory lap horses in the alleyway, she said it was just that awestruck look on her face, and she said it's so special, every round win, but to see Ivy for the first time meant so much to both of them. They both have such consistent, awesome horses. They're winning rounds second and fourth in the average as well, and same with the team roping. You know, you have Eric and Corey who are winning the average, #1 in the world, and yet they win a round too.
Yeah, exactly. And they split it with Clay Tryon and Jade Corkill, and that's the first leaderboard switch so far at this NFR. Eric Rogers and Corey Petska moving ahead of Caleb Briggers and Junior Negata by just a few $1,000s. It's like less than a 4th place or less than a 6th place paycheck. But that's the first lead change we've had in the world standings at this year's NFR. Eric Rogers and Corey Petska now #1 in the world in the team roping.
And Tanner Milan was back for another round win in the steer wrestling.
I think he likes coming to talk to you. He was 3-8 tonight. He was the last Bulldogger out. Scooter had a real good night again tonight. 3 of the top 6 placed on Scooter. But Tanner Milan has won 2 go-rounds in this bulldogging. Don't count him out in this race for a world title. That steer wrestling's real close. I wanted to go back to the barrel race for just a minute. You asked Lisa Lockhart, how many go-rounds have you won at this rodeo? And Lisa said, oh, gosh, I don't know. Jolie looked it up on the radio broadcast, and she's thinking it's 13. And we're thinking all but like 1 or 2 of them have come on Louis. So, and I don't, that we'll confirm all that tomorrow, obviously. I'm sure that there'll be some comments about that in the press release. But what an amazing performance by an amazing horsewoman on an amazing horse. they're bringing the song Louie Louie back. I mean, the Kingsmen from the 1960s are back, thanks to a horse and a barrel racer from South Dakota.
I was going to say, anytime I hear that song now, I just think of the NFR and how excited 17,000 fans are to see Lisa and Louie run in and make their run, which is pretty much the exact same run every single time,
night.
Which is cool because he stands up on any type of ground. He makes that same run. He takes care of her. And she said he knows that song.
Yeah.
They were first out. When he heard that song, he took off. And she also said, even though they started off a little bit slow at this finals, she kept the faith knowing that he continues to get stronger and better. So who knows what's to come.
Two other notes about this NFR. One about the barrel race. Haley Kinzel finished third tonight. She is now the #1 money winner in the race for the Ram Top Gun Award at this Wrangler National Finals Rodeo. What the heck? She's already won $433,000 at the American, $50,000 at Salt Lake City. Set the arena record at the NFR. Why not win a truck too? You know, go for it. She's won $94,000 at this Wrangler National Finals Rodeo. The all-around race, it ain't over, folks. Tough Cooper finished second in the tie-down roping tonight. Trevor Brazil did not place. Trevor's won $313,000. Tough's won $266,000. Trevor started fast, but he hasn't placed in 2 go-arounds. Tough has. So this all-around race, it's a long way from being finished. Just saying. You know, Trevor knows how to win these things, but Tough's not backing down.
Still lots to come. The excitement continues here at the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo. We're getting ready for round number 6. This is Steve Kenyon. I'm Amy Wilson in Las Vegas. Thanks for watching.